What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode number 24 of John and Ted's Excellent Gamecast. I'm your host, Ted Edwards, and what time is it? It's game time. And like always, I am joined with Jonathan Nadeau. What's up, dude?
Hello, hello. How is everyone doing this fine gaming week?
I think everyone is doing good, and hey, you alluded to it, we're not alone in the studio. We have a very special guest here. We have Housam Cherif. What's up, man?
Hey, what up, y'all?
Hey,
doing?
We're doing good. Episode 24, John, who do we got today?
Marshawn Lynch.
Yes, that's good. And I think before we were off air, I told you that Marshawn just retired recently during the Super Bowl. He announced it on Twitter, I think it was the second quarter of the Super Bowl, that he was going to retire. So.
Okay, well, I guess that's how you get out of your contract and free agency and stuff, right?
Yeah, I guess. And well, Marshawn Lynch, he also, I guess he has saved, I think, all of his money from his contract. He hasn't spent a dime. So he has
really?
He has $50 million in the bank. That's reports, because he's frugal.
Yeah, so I guess he can retire then. It should be all set.
Yeah, he's been spending money off of his endorsements, like Skittles and everything, and like some other investments, and hasn't spent a dime from his contract money. So good on him.
He is not like Terrell Owens then.
No, or every other NFL player or celebrity or MC Hammer or Vanilla Ice.
That is good on him, man. Seriously, I mean, that's maybe for real. Then he did retire.
Yeah,
I thought it was just a ploy to get out of stuff and do a backdoor kind of thing with some other team.
Brett Favre, what?
Yeah. Well, speaking of crazy NFL moves, Denver not only gets rid of Brock Osweiler, but then trades for Mark Sanchez?
Yeah, I just heard that today, as a matter of fact. Yeah, and then
Denver has scouts, right? They've seen this guy play.
Actually, two of my buddies are scouts. Actually, a guy I played with in college, and actually one of our player personnel coaches is the head of scouting. So bad on them.
I mean, if you want blind guys for scouts, hire me. Give me a ring. I'll scout some guys out for you.
Hey, you could try out for a referee. Probably do better.
My goodness, I was like, I'm reading this wrong. They did not just trade for Mark Sanchez.
Yeah, not good. If you want a solid backup, cool. But other than that, gross.
I mean, he was great with USC, but how many eons was that ago? I mean,
this is 7th year coming up in the league, so it's been a while.
yeah. So those glory days are over.
Housam, what's up? Football, NFL. How do you like football? American football.
Not much, actually.
So what's my record now, John?
I'm so sorry. Let's stay friends.
What's my record, John? 5-21?
Yeah, something like that now, yeah.
5-21. I'm not doing good. Okay.
Yeah, you're not alone, Housam. Most of everyone we have on here is not a fan of football either, NFL American football, so you're not alone.
That makes me happy, actually.
Yeah. Well, do you follow sports at all? Are you? I was in Barcelona last year, or actually 2 years ago, for the World Cup stuff, and obviously you guys kicked butt. So I was there. Yeah. I mean, America, we did great. So I was in Madrid at the time too, during when we played Belgium, and we lost to Belgium in almost the quarterfinals.
Yeah, represented great.
Yeah, we did good.
Did some work.
Yeah, it was good. There's a bunch of Americans in there. We're just, of course, being obnoxious and cheering, but
hey, Americans aren't obnoxious.
Not at all. I mean, we're very civilized, and But so, are you a quote a regular football fan at all? So, do you follow any other sports?
Not really, but my sport is pretty much tennis.
Oh,
I like tennis a lot.
Great. Yeah. Okay. So I can ask you, what do you think about Sharipova?
You can ask me that. And I would say she messed up.
Yeah,
pretty much.
For sure.
Yeah, it's a tough one. You can really makes you think. Like a little mistake can ruin your whole professional career.
Everything.
Pretty much.
Yeah, totally.
You heard about that, right, John?
Yeah. What was it? Was it steroids or something?
No,
like that?
It's kind of a blood doping type thing. Like,
okay.
You know me, the resident. I don't know, Housam, if you know that I'm a little sports science background. It's kind of what I do. But yes, yeah, and she took a drug that basically increased her red blood cell count and is kind of a precursor to erythropoietin, which is created in your bone marrow, which is a hormone and a enzyme that secreted that causes red blood cells to be created, and obviously more red blood cells, more oxygen uptake, more endurance. Cheating. Cheating.
I was gonna say I am the total idiot when it comes to science. So I was gonna ask, like, okay, she has more red blood cells. Well, how's that helping? But now, for oxygen, you're running around, you're not getting as winded as the other people are.
Your muscles don't fatigue as fast. All that stuff. So that's the exact same thing that Lance Armstrong. He was doing blood doping, but he was doing it a different way. He was using blood plasma and spinning his plasma out and infusing red blood cells directly into his bloodstream, which is actually very dangerous. Will cause your blood to be really viscous and thick, because obviously lower plasma and higher volume of solutes in the blood, so it's thicker, and with red blood cells, which is the same thing. So the thing that she was taking, actually, the substance was banned, I want to say 5 or 6 years ago, and she was taking it legit. It was legit at the time, but it's not legit for long-term use, as she did it. But and it goes along to our steroids in performance enhancing drugs in sports. Should we just let them happen or what? I don't know.
Yeah, it's crazy. It is. This is back in the day when on the Dreamcast I used to play I used to have the tennis game on the Dreamcast, and I would crush everyone in that game. I used to use Tommy Haas. Is he?
Oh yeah, Haas. Yeah.
Is he a German tennis player? Is that?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, Haas is good.
Yeah, that's who I used to use when I used to annihilate everyone.
I used to play, Housam, have you played Virtua Tennis 3? That's like my jam on the PlayStation 3.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's my favorite game. Like, we used to play in college when I was playing football in college. Like, my buddies used to all come over, and like, again, we're football players, and but we're playing Virtua Tennis for like competitive, because we got really into it. Like, for like probably 6 or 7 of my buddies, they come over because I lived right on campus, and they would just swing by like, dude, you want to get a quick game in? All right, and we have like quick, like 4 or 5 person tournaments and play. Like, Federer was unreal in that game. It was just not even fair.
That's what's up.
Yeah, tennis is a really before I got in my car accident and lost my sight, a buddy of mine lived next to a tennis court, and he had a couple rackets, and he was like, "Hey, let's go play." And I'm like, "This will be easy. Like, you just got to hit this ball back and forth, and you got this racket that's bigger than a baseball bat, no problem." And I started playing, and he was like crushing me. I was like, "Dude, tennis is hard." I was like, "Man, I didn't expect it to be like." I mean, I knew you ran around and stuff, but my goodness, you got to be quick.
Oh yeah, it's tough. Did you ever play, Housam?
Yeah, actually, I'm playing since I was like 12.
Oh.
So I actually did some work in tennis, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So do you still play consistently?
Unfortunately not. It's very sad. But I used to do it. But nowadays only once in a while.
And video games. So I guess I do it for every guest. Just so everyone listening knows who you are, what you do, why you're talking to the weirdos you are right now, kind of give a quick rundown of, like I said, who you are and who that third voice is.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I'm here because you guys allowed me to. I'm very pleased with that.
Yeah, welcome.
And, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks. So many people, or some people, let's not overdo it, might know me as Mitsuownes. That's my gamer tag, pretty much. I'm a competitive fighter in the game Mortal Kombat X. And I've been playing for about 18 years now, especially fighting games. And also I've been noticeable for my Mortal Kombat tournament, the MKK, the Mitsu Combat Clash, which was actually the first Mortal Kombat tournament in Germany. Got some sponsors, some supporters, Red Bull was actually supporting us.
That's cool.
And, we had some international players as well. But also, I've done my debut at ESL. So there was like this qualifier of 8 weeks. And the best of each region, there was like top 6, I believe, from Europe, the top 8 of North America, and the top 2 from CIS Russia. Mm-hmm. And I qualified actually and made second place and made it to Burbank, LA.
Yeah, that's right next to me, actually, right down the road, like not even like a mile away from the ASL studios.
That's what's up.
Yeah. Well, who did you play? Did you play Sonic Fox?
I did in casuals. It was quite fun, and he was actually somehow a coach. He told me like, don't get too nervous and do that and do this, and yeah, he helped me out actually.
He helped you out beat him?
Well, I didn't beat him, obviously.
Yeah, Sonic Fox, he's pretty good.
Yeah, still the best.
Yeah, let's not be shy about it. You're a pro gamer. You're a professional Mortal Kombat player.
Yeah, seriously.
To sum up, yes.
Yeah. When did you go pro?
I went pro in, well, it almost marks a year now. It was in April, I believe, 2015.
Wow. Well, congratulations.
That's right.
Thanks.
Right on. Well, cool. So we're happy to have you around here. So you play tennis, you play Mortal Kombat. And, you grew up playing fighting games, so that is awesome. I guess, we should just jump into some news. We got some interesting news stories coming on here. You guys down for some news?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Alrighty, let's just get it. Okay, so let's just start off with a couple quick hitters. I think I'm going to go out of order on the list I gave you guys, because I'm going to, let's see.
Because you can.
Yeah, because I can. Okay, let's start with Rocket League, actually. No, we're going to...
I was going to say Rocket League was cool.
Yeah. We'll go the Star Citizen first. So, hey, we talked about Star Citizen once or twice on the show. John, crowdfunding, Star Citizen, it just reached 110 million.
Yeah. Wow. How it was on Kickstarter, right?
Yeah.
Does Kickstarter allow, like, I know Indiegogo has like the in demand kind of like.
That's what they're doing right now.
Okay. Because I was like, I didn't know, I wasn't sure if Kickstarter did that, so I was wondering like, okay, did someone come in like a private or investor come in and inject 10 million into it? Because they've been like, I mean, they haven't said they're running out of money yet, but I mean, who knows what's going on? So I figured someone came in and threw 10 million in to kind of get them back on track. But
yeah, Housam, have you heard about Star Citizen? Followed it at all?
Well, I didn't follow it, but I heard of the big news. Obviously, 110 million. That's quite a sum. That's it's
a little bit of money.
Yeah, like a nice chunk of change. Yeah.
Yeah, their campaign ended 2014. The end, I want to say. So, and they ended at like 86. So in the last couple of years, they've been creeping up. Now, what got me about this is, they've been doing all this stuff, and we kind of been talking smack about, they're releasing that single player campaign, but it's gonna be separate than the game, and then the alpha with the ships that looks kind of lame, and there's no real, I guess, substance so far that they're delivering. So, but I guess it's actually working because there was an article, and on December 12th of this last year, so 3 months ago, almost exactly, they hit 100 million. So in 3 months, they added 10 million. People are still adding money. Yeah,
it's pretty sweet.
Somehow they're keeping the hype going.
Yeah, I guess all those little things they're releasing is going well. And this is another thing I read on the thing. It says 1.3 million people are now considered, quote, Star Citizens, and this is like people on the mailing list that are tracking the game and also donors. So there's 1.3 million people in their, quote, reach circle. So, geez, crazy.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, okay. And the biggest crowdfunding project in history of any kind.
Yeah, I mean, that's 110 million is insane.
Of any kind.
Yeah.
Oh man, Housam, have you ever donated to a crowdfunding campaign or tried anything? A Kickstarter?
Ooh. Actually, I'm not sure if I did. I don't think I did, actually. Okay. Like on Kickstarter or something? No, I don't think so.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's, all that crowdfunding stuff's kind of in its twilight anyway, but yeah. It's...
Can't go wrong.
Lately, there's been a lot of, like I said, stuff going wrong and people not delivering, so I don't know. But, I mean, hey, Star Citizen, maybe more money will help them?
I just thought someone injected 10 million and just to kind of...
No, man. This is people donating, bro.
Wow.
Yeah.
I kudos to them, I guess. I don't know.
It's just creeping up, man. Like, again, and this the number was on the 13th of March that they hit 110. So exactly 3 months. So they hit 100 million December 12th. They hit, at this pace, man, they're gonna hit 200 million by the end of the year. End of next year.
I mean, if they keep kind of like, I mean, they haven't really delivered any deliverables, so to
trickling
speak.
Stuff.
Yeah. I guess if they keep doing that, it gives people confidence, I guess, and if they see it progressing, I guess, then, people will keep pledging, apparently. So, I mean, at this point, I really hope they get this thing done, because if they, screw the pooch on this deal, that's going to really give, crowdfunding and gaming and stuff like that a black eye for sure.
Yeah. So. Well, there you go. That's our Star Citizen minute. So let's move on, because we talked about them a long time. All right, Star Citizen. I mean, I'm interested to see what happens with them. Like I said, I'm going to keep, as it gets closer, maybe in 2 years, and they actually have some playable demo or something. Instead of a little tiny spaceship alpha, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, whatever. So yeah, going on to bigger and better things, I guess. This was pretty cool. I really interested to hear you guys' thoughts on this, especially you, Housam, with the online multiplayer type deal. So Xbox, we know that right now this console generation they are taking it on the chin. PlayStation is kicking their butt, and they're trying to figure out different ways to, I don't know, maybe broaden their reach, increase their market, get some sales, something. And this is it seems like a last-ditch effort, but it's also a very cool thing, I think. So we know the Windows Store, the new Windows 10 kind of connectivity with the Windows Live stuff is pretty cool now. But Xbox One just announced cross-network play for the first time. So last month they announced that Xbox One and PC users can play the same games integrated with each other. So that's cool. That's going to be all across all of their Windows games. So that is awesome. But what was really cool about this new update that they just announced was that they're opening the doors for Sony to kind of jump on the bandwagon, or other platforms. They said, hey, it's going to be based, we're going to put it on the developers. If they want to develop it, we're not going to stop our first-party game from being integrated with PlayStation or other platforms. So if you have a PlayStation 4, you can essentially play against someone on an Xbox or a PC if it's a Windows or a Microsoft product.
That's very interesting and surprising. Microsoft would make a move like that, especially with PS4. I'm assuming I'm not. You don't need the PlayStation Network to game online, do you?
Yes, yeah, you have to have PlayStation Plus.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you did or not, but it's still an interesting move that they'd be willing to do that, because I'm sure there must be some method to their madness that they're obviously going to make some money off of this somehow. I just don't know how they're doing it yet, because Microsoft generally doesn't do anything cool like this for nothing.
Right.
So.
Right.
So
I think it's probably trying to get their games in more hands, and because again, because the games that are on different platforms or from different third-party developers, that doesn't really matter, because they're just going through all the different systems. But if they're in-house developers, first party, and they're letting their first party have open integration and open network play, that's the crazy thing. So, hey, Housam, what do you play Mortal Kombat on? What system?
Competitively on the Xbox One, and just for fun, casual or training on the PS.
Okay, cool. So, what would that change if you could kind of play friends, on the PlayStation? Because now you can play other friends casually from PS4 to Xbox One. I mean, that might be kind of a cool thing, I think.
Absolutely, it would be revolutionary. It would be great. Absolutely.
Yeah,
I agree with you.
How do you think that would change the whole the competitive the professional scene at all? Because then that would stop players from having to maybe if they're a better PlayStation player, then they can choose their system, right? Yeah. That might be interesting.
Well, it would be absolutely, because for example, the Xbox is actually sponsoring the MKX League, the Mortal Kombat League. So what would it mean if the PlayStation would say yes to this cross-play? How would they be able to participate? I mean, it's an idea. ESL would just need to figure out a way to agree with those PS users.
Yeah, and for me, I went the PlayStation route for always. I've been a PlayStation head. I don't have anything against Xbox. I still play it. But the thing is with me, the reason why is I got a PlayStation 1, but I hate the Xbox controller. I've always hated it. I've loved the PlayStation controller ever since it first came out, and that's kind of what gets me, and that's what kind of stopped me from messing with Xbox. Now I've played Xbox a ton, and it's fine. But to me, it's that controller. So for me, if I'm a professional gamer and I'm on Mortal Kombat, and I can play. I mean, I might probably I guess fighting is a bad example. I might have a fight stick, but if I don't have a fight stick, I'm playing with a controller. I'm going to choose the PlayStation anytime. And if I'm playing on a platform that I'm more comfortable on, I think that heightens my skill set, right? So I don't know. So you don't have to learn two systems, and I don't know. I just think that's a crazy way to go about it.
Yeah, it would actually improve a lot of things. Not only this the controller issue, but also the console wars. I mean, PlayStation would probably not hate Xbox users anymore because they could play together.
Right, exactly. And the thing is, the whole console wars is so dumb, as you know. Like, say you play casually on PlayStation, you play competitively Xbox. Like, I have nothing against. I think they're both great systems. It doesn't matter. Just you have a preference to just play the games you want to play on. But I think that the crossplay is pretty crazy. One of the notes with this is, of course, the super news type people is Rocket League. They're going to be the very first game to take advantage of this. So Rocket League, so if you have it on PlayStation, you have it on PC, or you have it on PS4, they're going to integrate it completely so all of them can play against each other.
That's awesome.
Well, recently they just came out and now they made Rocket League an esport about a month and a half ago. So now it's a professional esport. Yeah, so they are smart to jump on that. So I mean, Rocket League's like, hey, we'll do that.
Well, I think what's great too about Rocket League, they're a smaller team, so they're way more agile than some of these other studios or production companies. So they're just like, let's do it, and they probably get it done in like a night. Like they're just like, okay, we're ready. Yeah,
and well, this is another cool thing about it. Like I wrote a lot of notes on this because the story is pretty cool. I think it kind of changes the landscapes maybe for the future of consoles. So again, like you said, Housam, like stop that fanboyism. It just kind of integrates. It's like whatever you want to play on, everyone can play against each other. All the games are all in this open market, which is cool. But there's also the option they said or announced by Microsoft in their press release that if you have the Xbox One or PC, you have the ability to play only people on the PC or only people on Xbox. You can turn it off.
That's interesting.
Yeah, but I think that's a pretty cool option too. So if you want to play only against people on Xbox One, you can select that. So cool, good on them.
Yeah,
they thought about everything. So cool.
No disadvantage.
No, I think there's nothing wrong with that. John, like you said, I'd be interested to see like what kind of business route besides trying to build their player base.
Yeah.
How are they benefiting from that? But I think maybe they're actually just doing something good.
Now, here's a question I wasn't clear on. That maybe this will make it solidify it for me. Say if there's a game that's on the Xbox One and the PC, like, so you have to.
It's a first party Microsoft type game.
Yeah, so if you're playing on the PC, this game has to be bought or paid through the Microsoft Store on the PC. Is that correct?
Yeah. If to take advantage of this whole cross play thing, because if it's like a third party game and then you put it on your Windows, it's not like it doesn't really matter if it's cross, because they're just saying that their Xbox or the first party developed stuff they're adding that network type stuff.
Okay. Yeah. So then how does that work with the PlayStation? Like, do you have to buy again? You have to have the game paid through the Windows Store.
No, I'm thinking that the developer of the game can just open up the netcode and open up the access and be like, hey, we've built in the systems in our game to allow them to connect.
Because I was wondering, like, okay, that was the end. Like, you had to buy it through like the Microsoft Store because they get a piece of the action of everything that's that people buy through the store. So I was thinking maybe that was it, but
that wouldn't work if you bought it on PlayStation, right? Yeah.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was wondering. Like, how do you? I was like, okay, so it's very interesting, and it's very interesting. It's Microsoft to kind of make that move to extend the olive branch, so to speak. So.
Yeah. Exactly, and so here's a good segue with that. Rocket League, the first jumping on this, but there's a tweet. Have you played Rocket League, Housam?
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. Do you play it on PlayStation 4? If so, add me. Let's play.
Let's go.
Yeah, man. Rocket League is my jam. We have The Lost from episode 3. I'm a buddy of mine. He every night, no matter what, like he's on playing. He's so good. That typical aerial type stuff. I get good and then I get bad because I don't play for a couple weeks and then I have to kind of warm up again. But it's still fun. But there was a teaser tweet over the weekend. I don't know if you saw it, but basketball is coming to Rocket League, man.
That's cool.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Did you see the picture, Housam? Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it, and I was thrilled. First of all, I wasn't quite sure. How is it actually another game, and how will it work?
Totally.
would make the game a lot more difficult since it's not a goal.
Right.
But it looks good. The picture, I love it. It teased me for sure.
Yeah, I think what was cool, me too. When I started basketball, I'm like, wait, you got to be really good at aerials and stuff to do it. But they made it really smart. So if you think about it, the goal on Rocket League is kind of instant into the wall, right? It's kind of in there. All they did was like a 90-degree shift of the goal down on the ground and raised it up about like 2 feet. So it's like a raised mound, like a shield volcano, right? And so there's a big, huge hole that you just kind of roll the ball up into it. That's the hoop.
Aha.
So they made it smart, but you can also shoot as there's little backboards, you can hit it off the backboard in and stuff, but there's like just kind of a raised mound with a hole. And the hole's pretty large. It's about the same size as the goal, so it's not like very, very precise because, again, you are driving a little RC rocket car. So, like the precision shots, unless you're these pro players, like, on Husam's level to do that. But
I wish.
I know, right? The Mortal Kombat equivalents in Rocket League. I don't know if you've seen some of those players. It's insane.
I saw them. It's pretty sick.
It's ridiculous. Off the wall and stuff like that. Every once in a while, I'll bust one of those out and I'll save the replay and run around the house being like, yeah.
I made it.
Yeah. And I'll post it on Twitter and be like, dude, that's another one. No. But no, it looks cool. I mean, I'm down. I'm going to get it. Like, again, even if it comes out as a separate game, like an extra $10 add-on, I'm buying it. It's so worth it, They had during Christmas they had the ice hockey thing. I don't know if you played that. That was kind of fun.
Was it like a skin or something that they made?
Yeah, they basically made it like hockey, and it was like a puck, and so like it slid around, but your car was like really slippery, so it was like a lot harder to do. But it was kind of fun.
Yeah.
That was during the Christmas time. But no, the basketball is cool, and again, Psyonix, they're making big moves, man. They're taking over. They're really like a fun studio, and they're doing a lot of good stuff.
What I love about these guys too is this game they had it around, but they dropped it for a few years, right?
Well,
and
then
they
failed. It came out in 2008 and it was terrible, and everyone hated it. And then they were like, you know what, we like this, and they fixed it, and then it blew up in last year.
Yeah. It just shows you, just because people reject it or for whatever reason, maybe they're too far ahead of their time at the moment or something, but they just didn't let it go and they tweaked it and came and pushed it back out, and bam.
Yep. Yeah.
So I think that's awesome.
Yeah, pretty cool. So let's move on to the last couple. This is a quick hitter, just kind of cool. We might bring it up later time. So Microsoft again. So Microsoft UK, their research lab, they developed a new system, a kind of software called AIX, that is an AI testing software that uses Minecraft to test AI and try to enhance AI abilities in the real world and in games and in with industrial applications. It's just a cool little story I thought was kind of cool, and they're making it open source. I know, John, you like the open source type stuff.
Oh yeah.
And you can basically build it in, and because Minecraft is that open thing, right? Because as a player, you start in Minecraft not knowing anything, not knowing what you are, not having anything, right? So you can essentially drop an AI in there and put some rules and laws so the AI has to figure it out, and so you can test it. So it makes a good testing ground, they said. So I thought it was kind of cool. Nothing crazy, but it's I think their first goal is to have the AI just be dropped in the world and discover what it is, that it can jump, it can move, it can build, it can run, all the things, and then to get to the highest point in the map. So that's the first step. The first kind of package they're releasing with it, and then they're going to release the whole system so that you can, as a developer, you can tweak it and just kind of enhance AI, and then again, it's part of their system, so they can aggregate all the knowledge and all the systems that people create, so they can create better AI. So I think that's kind of cool.
Interesting.
Yeah, interesting little story there. And then they can make all the players. You can, when you face off against Sub-Zero, that'll be tough. it'll be extra good.
What I'm asking is, what will the AI do when a creeper is there? I mean, what will it actually do as a reaction?
No, it's gonna have to learn. That's the thing, is they're gonna have to build in. It's gonna
have to learn what it is.
Yeah, it's gonna get killed. That's what they said. It's gonna be like, hello, can I eat you?
Boom.
Yeah. What does it do? Yeah. I think it's interesting to put it in that. I guess Minecraft's simple enough. it's robust enough. There's a lot of things to do that. Like they said, it makes a great playground for AI testing. So just interesting.
I wonder if I think it's either IBM or HP. They actually have a Unix operating system called AIX.
Oh, really?
So I wonder if they're going to sue Microsoft.
Oh, they should. Do it. All right, so we got the meat and potatoes of this right now. So before I get into the big announcement that happened mere hours ago, actually no, it happened on Tuesday, we have another player in VR, another one. Yes. I'm sure you guys are both familiar with the VR movement. Yes, yeah, we're on point with that. Yeah,
it's this VR you speak of.
Oh yeah, just this little thing that's been been going for like the last year and a half, like crazy. But yeah, just people are coming out of the woodwork without any other out of left field. AMD, the makers of the competitor to the NVIDIA graphics card, who actually, there's another story, this is just off the top of my head that I read today. AMD's new video card is now the most powerful video card out there, more powerful than the Titan X from NVIDIA. So the AMD new card is supposed to be way better, uses less power, faster, it's just top of the line. But anyway, AMD came out, now they're in VR. They announced a new headset. They have a VR headset hybrid. They're calling it an AMD-powered, spatially aware VR AR headset hybrid. Good
title.
Yeah, right. Well, it's actually called the Sulon Q because they partnered with Sulon Technologies.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's gonna blend virtual and augmented reality, so it's gonna be able to do both. Yeah. And this is their quote, like their marketing pitch. It's the first all-in-one, tether-free, wear and play, spatial aware headset for VR and AR. So, yeah, no price announced, no release date yet.
AMD could definitely make an interesting play on this because for two reasons.
It's built on the AMD architecture too, so that's even crazier.
They make processors and they make video cards, and they actually, in my opinion, make
higher. I think it's better.
A better processor in a sense. When you compare AMD to Intel, they make a better processor in a sense where they have better graphics built into the processor itself, because now the new kind of architecture of processors is, it's a processor, but now it's also a video card. They call them like APUs.
Yeah, so the integrated chipsets for Intel suck.
Yeah, so if you buy an AMD processor and you're going with like strictly onboard graphics and you put up an Intel against an AMD, the AMD is probably going to play games better. So if they're making this VR headset with their processing technology and their video card technology, that's a really interesting play.
Yeah.
So I'm highly interested to see what comes out of that. I've, out of the years and years, I built computers, for 10 years out of my computer store. I built, my son and I build our own computers. I've always used AMD for my stuff. I've always been a fan. I like Intel, but I for whatever reason, I always root for the underdog, and I think AMD's always made great stuff. So.
Yeah. Housam, what do you think, man? Hey, for a competitive fighting game, man, you're kind of quiet. Feel free to jump in and everything, you're a fighter.
I'll be more aggressive.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you're a Scorpion player too. Get over here.
I'm here.
Yeah. What are you thinking? There's all these VR stuff coming out. Yes. I mean, we even announced, I think, like maybe 3 weeks ago, we talked about like Apple even trying to get into the space.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many different ones coming out now. Well, what are you thinking, man?
Well, pretty much everyone wants to jump on this hype train.
Yeah, and basically, good call.
Yeah, actually. And the first time I read about this, I wasn't quite sure what to think about it because we have so much. Actually, we have the PlayStation VR, we have the Oculus, obviously, we have the HTC, the Vive, and now the only thing pretty much that caught my eye was the fact that it's tether free.
Yeah.
Because with all the other things, you have like these
big old cable,
huge, exactly. Or the setups with the Vive, but tether free. That sounds like the future.
Yeah.
No one likes cable.
Exactly. No, exactly. And the thing is too, it sounds like they are kind of building it like the HoloLens, like the Microsoft HoloLens. That's the article said that I read. Like, because the HoloLens is supposed to be tether free. I mean, that's only got a 2-hour battery, but like a tether free, we can just pop it on and just kind of go. That sounds awesome. Especially if they can bridge VR and AR in the same thing. I mean, that's kind of a cool thing. Yeah, and like you said, John, I think AMD is good. That's the way to go.
Well, yeah, that's why they can do the tetherless thing, because, like I said, they make great processors, great video cards. I mean, you don't need to tie to anything.
Mm-hmm. Okay, John.
Contained in the unit.
All right, John. Here we go. Like every episode, what do we have to do now? Predictions, right? Okay.
I mean, this has got to be a ways out for the AMD thing.
No. This is a prediction. Here's my prediction of the episode.
Okay.
My prediction is by October, NVIDIA is going to announce that they're coming out with a VR headset.
Oh,
You buy it, buy or sell.
Next year in January, CES, they show it off. NVIDIA does at CES next year.
Oh, you think I say they announced before though?
Oh, okay.
You buy or sell that?
It's definitely possible.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think if AMD, because again, no one heard about this. They just kind of came out and said, oh yeah, by the way, we have a full headset. They have a prototype. Everything is there.
Yeah. Well, that's because I'm sure they know NVIDIA is going to be on their heels now, so that's probably why they just dropped the bomb like that, you know?
Yeah, but it's an AMD just comes out like that. I mean, no one's heard about this. It's been all that. And they're like, oh, by the way, we have one, and it's better, and it's cool, and here's the prototype, here's what it looks like, and it's coming out soon. Like, dang. Like, what? Like, that's, like, under wraps. It's, like, kind of came out, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking NVIDIA is going to be like, hey, by the way, don't forget about us.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, everyone's going to be in. I just the other day, I saw now the Galaxy S7. They're totally pitching that phone as, you know, comes with VR. Like it's totally in the copyright of all the ads I've seen. I was like, wow. So
yep.
Yeah, they're pushing it hard too.
Yeah, the Gear VR. It's actually kind of cool for what it does. It's simple, $99. It's nice for just a quick little VR experience. It works. Now for the announcement that we've all been waiting for, PlayStation VR. Dun dun dun.
Yes.
The announcement came to pass. Did you? I had it on the bottom of the news I sent you because we're waiting for it to get announced. It got announced. The price is, drum roll please. There we go. Yeah, I put it in. It's there. Yeah. $399. That's the price, man. Oh,
yeah.
And then my prediction is correct. Ding, ding, ding. Good job, Ted.
Yep.
Prediction check mark. The release date is, I said E3. I was wrong, but John was right. Yeah. October. So there you go. So John's price was off, but my price is on, and John's date was right, and my date was wrong. But it's coming out in October. And John, I did look. It does have a total separate little box that goes with it, and it looks like a miniature PlayStation 4. It's got like 3 or 4, I think 2 USB ports, a couple other like ports so you can plug in a bunch of stuff to it. It's got a little separate box. So basically you have like a PS4 and then a mini PS4 sitting next to it. But yeah, it's coming.
Any sort of processing.
Yeah, it's got some stuff going on in it. Here actually, I just had it up. Let me pull up the specs while we're chatting. But I can tell you that the system that comes at $399 is simply the box and the headset. No move controllers and no camera, which the camera is necessary for it to function properly. The camera is $49.99 and the move controllers, I believe, are $59.99, something like that, $50. So it's going to take a little bit.
Still get at over $500 really when it comes down to it.
Well, I mean, PlayStation.
Yeah.
$399. But if you get it. Yeah. Well, let's say you want to get into it. PS4, $399, or if you get it on Black Friday or something, $350. Game, $50, $60.
Right.
VR, $400. The camera, $50. 2 controllers, because you probably want one in each hand, so move, so that's $100. So it's about $900. But the thing is like that with the Oculus, it's $699 or $599, and then the Vive is like $799. But then you have to have like a $1,200 rig for each one, so it's still cheaper,
Yeah. You said you're a PS4 guy, so you already have the system. Are you going to be buying this VR setup?
Man, this message got me like nothing else in like the whole week. I have the PS, I have the Move, I have the camera all set up.
Yep. There we go.
Just for the VR. I was so ready.
Yep.
And I'm so hyped that the price is right and it's coming soon, and I'm very, very excited to play.
Would you see Mortal Kombat moving over to something like this VR where you'd have to like use the move and actually like doing the actual fighting moves?
If that would be possible, absolutely, man. I would love to just stand there and get my spear out. Like,
yeah. Crazy. Yeah, I don't know. Like it seems pretty awesome. I can tell you right now, I'm trying to consult the Oracle right now and pull out the specs. But the specs are not fantastic. Really, you can tell that it's I guess, for lack of a better term, the lesser of the VR, the easier one to go in. It's kind of like the mid tier. It's like buying a mid-level sedan. You're not having a little, the Toyota Corolla or a tiny little mini crap car, but you're definitely not having a BMW. But it's kind of that mid-range car. And
at least with this though, everyone that gets one is gonna have the same experience. Like if you get the Oculus, you get the Vive, it's like it all depends on your computer. Like someone might have a $2,500 computer with like, dual Titan video cards and like 64 gigs of RAM, and it's gonna run awesome. But then you get someone else that's got some, quad core processor with maybe not even the 980, and it's gonna run like garbage, So it's like, at least with this, everyone will have the same experience.
Yeah. So here's some specs. The display is 5.7-inch OLED display, full HD. It's 1920 by 180, and that equates to 960 by 1080 per eye.
Yeah.
The screen, I think it said the screen was like it's only 100 degrees. Vision. Yeah. So I don't know, but the refresh rate is 120 hertz. Not the 240 that you want to see. It says it's got 18 milliseconds response, though, so it's pretty low latency, so you can believe it's real. Like anything below like 20, 25, 30, like you're doing good, because then your eyes can't really tell the difference. So that's good. But yeah, it's okay, the specs. But the thing is, like what John said, you just plug and play, right, Housam? You plug it in, you turn it on, you go. Like, you don't have to worry about setting up all your graphics card and all this, and like the Oculus takes like 15,000 ports of USB to put in. Like, it's like crazy. You need 4 USB ports. 1 of them or 3 of them have to be USB 3. Like, what? Like,
yeah.
So you better go buy a rig that has 4, extra USB ports, not including the ones that you have for your mouse, keyboard, whatever you're using.
Exactly.
Your Bluetooth dongles for your Xbox controllers or something else. It's just crazy. But yeah. So it's here, and it was announced at GDC because GDC is going on. But yeah, I think it's great. Like I'm on board with you, Sam. Like John and I were talking before the podcast. Like that's the one that I'm probably gonna jump on. It's the easiest to just jump into. My buddy Charlie, John from episode 10, I think. From Game School.
Yeah.
He just got an HTC Vive, and I'm actually heading to his place next week, and we're gonna spend like 2 or 3 hours just messing with it because he's a developer, right? So he's got the full thing all set up and ready to go, and he said it rocks. And so we're gonna he has like 4 games to it plus a couple like demos and stuff he's working on too. So we're just gonna spend a few hours and just mess around with that. So that'll be fun. And then
lucky you.
I know, right? We'll have a thing, and then hopefully, at E3, I'll have a chance this year to mess with the PlayStation VR and kind of see it a little bit more at the new iteration, because I messed with it when it was a Morpheus and it was okay. The Oculus is cool. I like it a lot, but I haven't touched the Vive yet, so it'll be interesting. But there you go. VR is here, and we talk about it almost every episode because it's all over the place. But now we have the players are out. We have the dates. We know what's up. And we're here, so now it's just time to see if people buy it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Any other news that anybody else kind of heard or saw or wants to talk about?
Not on my end.
Same.
All right, then. Well, I guess we will take a little bit of a break here, and after that, we will head into your interview, Housam, and kind of hit you with the hard questions and dig deep and find out the darkest secrets.
All right.
Ooh, nice. There you go. That mic is good, man. I'm telling you. I like it. I dig it. All right, so we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Hey guys, welcome back.
Hey,
how's the break? Was it good?
I was warming up on I was rocking some Street Fighter 2, getting ready to get ready for the interview.
Housam, let's go. If you want to play Street Fighter 2 Turbo, I will murk you. Yeah, let's see. Have you played Street Fighter 2?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. Well, what Street Fighter did you first play? Because I think you're younger than John and I.
Yeah. The first one.
Maybe you played Street Fighter 1?
Well, yeah, but probably not my first one.
Oh,
maybe I
probably played
like
3, maybe
2, and then maybe 2 or 3, but most likely 2.
Okay, yeah, good. As long as you play Street Fighter 2, you're a true fighting game guy. But yeah, so we're here with you, Housam Cherif, a professional fighting game player, Mortal Kombat X player to be exact, and a self-proclaimed true Scorpion god, right? Yeah, you got second place in the ESL, the Season 1 championships, and you're pretty well known to be a Twitch partner as well. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So right on. So we're going to get into your interview. We have our resident journalist here, John, and he's going to get into it. So, John, have at it.
Hey, Housam, thanks for coming on, man. We appreciate your time.
Glad I'm here.
Yeah, because you're in Germany, right? So you stayed up nice and late for us.
Yeah, quite a bit. But it's worth it, guys.
Awesome. We appreciate it.
So I think you mentioned as either at the beginning of the interview or even before the interview, you've been playing fighting games for like 18 years. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Whew, man. All right. So what was the first fighting game that you ever played?
Yes, I'm interested to hear this one.
The first one was probably Mortal Kombat Trilogy. So like the third.
Yeah,
third one.
Mortal Kombat 3. Good one. Very good one.
Absolutely.
So was that like the first game, like video game you've ever played? That was the fighting game, or like did you play some other stuff before you played the Mortal Kombat game?
Honestly, I hope not, because I just hope the first game wasn't that gory and that brutal. So I might go with a Mario title.
Oh, really? Okay.
Super Mario World or something.
Yeah.
Oh, so that was my second question. So you answered it with Super Mario World. What system did you play Mortal Kombat 3 on? And probably a Super Nintendo. Is that correct?
That or the PlayStation, actually.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. Yeah. Did you? Yeah. Because I played a lot of Mortal Kombat, but I played on the Sega Genesis. And that's what I played my Mortal Kombat on. I wasn't allowed to have it. My mom didn't let me, but I used to go to my friend's house and we used to play. And all we used to do was just go and like get the magazines and look at all the fatalities and just watch the blood.
The best part.
Oh yeah.
So when you started playing Trilogy, did you get hooked on using Scorpio right away, or did you who'd you use at that time?
Still Scorpion. Scorpion was always my number one, even though I was a child.
Okay, yeah, that's cool. So then, when you first started playing Mortal Kombat Trilogy, what did you get hooked on, like fighting games in general, and did you just start mowing through all of the fighting type games on all the systems?
Pretty much. I started with Mortal Kombat, then went to Street Fighter, Soul Calibur, or Soul Blade.
Oh yeah, Soul
Calibur. I played them all pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, did you ever?
I'm a Tekken guy. I love Tekken.
Same here. Oh, how could I forget?
Tekken 3 is my favorite. Oh man,
I actually never played Tekken. That's the only game I never played.
Oh, you missed out.
I think that came out. Yeah, I think it came out like a little bit after.
It was after I lost my sight.
Yeah, I think it came out the first one was like 94 or 5. I want to say.
Yeah,
94.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so it was a little bit late. But no, Tekken is my jam.
It was hard.
I was a law player.
It was harder for me to pick up on some of the Mortal Kombat moves for me to figure, like, after having lost my sight. To me, getting some of the special moves down was a little bit trickier. Like with Street Fighter 2, they're a little more straightforward.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah, it's a different game. It feels different. Like you can definitely feel the difference of Mortal Kombat to Street Fighter. It feels so much different, as you can probably attest to. You probably have a better sense of it. Housam, you can probably speak more intelligently than I can on that.
So, yeah, it's a different mechanic to it. Yeah.
So what was it about Mortal Kombat that just sucked you in totally and made you want to just kind of eat, breathe, and sleep the game?
As a child or now?
I guess both. Yeah, I'd imagine the reasonings might have changed a little bit, but as a kid, at first, what gravitated you towards the game?
It was probably just the gory stuff. Probably the blood.
High five. High five.
There we go. Yeah, probably. But I also always loved ninjas, and Scorpion, obviously.
He's the best.
Was one. Yeah. And it was just so much fun. Like the whole setting, the backgrounds, the soundtracks was all pretty much my jam. Yeah.
That's cool. So like what about it now? I mean, you've seen Mortal Kombat go through many iterations in 18 years. Like, what are some of your favorite things that you've seen change in the game, and what are some things maybe that you miss in the game now that aren't there anymore?
I like that the gory stuff had become HD now, so it's more fun to watch.
Oh yeah, the brutalities are awesome. Like now, like I prefer them to the fatalities. I think
same.
They're more fun.
And they're more gory.
Yeah.
Okay, enough with the gore. But nowadays, I just love that feeling that no game gives me, actually, that battle between life or death. Like, I really want to kill my opponent, but I know that he wants to kill me as well. So it makes me sweat, it makes me think, it makes
adrenaline.
Me... Absolutely, and that's why I love Mortal Kombat. It gives me that feeling. Yeah.
Yeah, because the other fighting games, it doesn't come across that... Street Fighter, it's not like the guy dies. You just lose. You lose the match or whatever. It's like, best 2 out of 3, or, same thing with like Soul Calibur type stuff. But yeah, I never thought of it that way. With Mortal Kombat, it's literally like a life or death fight.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's a couple other games that do that, like Killer Instinct does it, or like back in the day they did it, or was it Primal Rage? Remember that game?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But no, you're right. Mortal Kombat is that. I guess I want to ask a quick question. You say the no other game has that that life or death feel of it, but like I say, I'm going to take it back to Street Fighter, because there's always like the PlayStation, Xbox, or Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, right? There's always that interplay, right? So with the Street Fighter, what the speed of the games are slightly different, and Street Fighter is almost like a frame by frame, like blocking and parrying and using, like now the Street Fighter 5, like V skills, back in all this different kind of things you do. But as far as Mortal Kombat goes, it seems like it's more of just understanding what your opponent is about to do and kind of understanding what their player does, instead of like looking at a frame and knowing exactly when to block a skill, right? I'm kind of talk me through that, like when you come to like that life or death.
It's pretty well. You summed it up pretty well. Like when it comes to Street Fighter, it's a very mathematic game. Like technical, you really need to understand. Right. There's not much going on, but you really need to understand what is going on. So, but with Mortal Kombat, it's a very fast-paced game, and you pretty much win by rushing your opponent down. While on Street Fighter, that won't work, because once you outspace your opponent and really know what's going on, he will not have the chance to rush you down. But on Mortal Kombat, it's different. So you can always win, even though you're playing maybe the best, because it's that fast of a game.
Okay, so Mortal Kombat's almost more of like a brawler type game where you want to go after the guy. With Street Fighter, you gain that distance, and the other person's gonna have the upper hand probably, because they can sort of sense what's gonna come next if you're too far away.
Yeah, patience wins you the game pretty much.
Yeah. I've watched a fair share of MKX, and it honestly, I played a lot of Mortal Kombat 9 actually, and that's just a crazy, weird, fun one. It's almost like just like a little redheaded stepchild. It's weird in the series. I think you'd probably agree with that, Sam. Like just like the lore in that one is really weird, and it's just crazy. But MKX they did a great job in that game, man. Like it's a very, very well made very balanced, very quality game, and it looks amazing. Like it's ridiculous. So I guess that would probably, if you grew up playing like the originals and like watching the evolution and now adding the fighting skills to that, I think it's pretty fun to watch too. Like I said, I've watched a lot on Twitch. Obviously, I watched the whole season 2, the ESL championships, and so like having that, I can see like you pro players who I admire, like your skills, it's amazing, kind of have that holy crap, that sweating, that oh my gosh. I guess remember, John, that listener who wrote in about having to poop during games.
yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, we had a listener write in how he had to poop like twice during long game sessions, and that would probably make me have to go like life or death, but
Literally.
Yeah, like for sure. Like again, sorry to interrupt again, because I'm just really like enthralled by fighting game players, because of all the game genres that I don't play the most of, it's fighting games. I mean, I play everything else, but I don't play a lot of fighting games anymore, and it's just because it's too late to get back in it, and people are just too good, and I just don't have the time to dedicate to learn it, even though I enjoy a fighting game. I really do. It's just I don't play them as much as I wish I did. I won,
Mm-hmm. So we mentioned how you're a professional, player. Now, when we were talking before the interview, I was like, that must be, when you play Mortal Kombat, you must totally approach it then like the average person. They sit down, their buddies, and like, hey, let's fight. I'm going to be this guy, I'm going to be that guy. But you probably sit down, and I'm assuming you must play this, this game, hours a day, hours on end, just, honing in on your skills. Now, when you're playing against someone, I mean, since you play this game so much, and you probably know this game better than the back of your hand, or better than the average person, obviously. Can you sense when you're fighting someone? Can you see certain moves that the other players do and know? Okay, I think they're going to do this move, and you already know how to counter that move. Can you sort of see the next steps coming before they happen?
It's pretty much most of the time. That's what makes a player great, I think.
Yeah.
Knowing what your player or your opponent is about to do, like getting into his head, that gives you so much advantage. And if you know what move comes next, I mean, you can prepare for it, you can counter it, you can punish it, and that's a huge advantage when it comes to playing.
Man, yeah. Do you take notes and stuff as you're practicing? Like when you have a notepad or something, be like, okay, when you're playing say the computer, and be like, okay, I noticed the AI, they kind of do this move and that move. I mean, do you try to keep up with each player to know what the skills are of each player in the game?
You have to probably
Absolutely.
play. You probably have to play as each one at least a little bit.
Yeah, I do take notes, but only at or before tournaments when I really need to get that stuck into my head. But most of the time, I just memorize everything.
Yeah. So do you do almost like what professional sports teams do, where they scout the other team? Like, will you watch other professional players? Like,
totally.
they really do this move a lot, or if I see them do this move, I know they're gonna counter it with this next move or whatever. Like, do you watch all of them and kind of learn their habits?
Absolutely. I go into the training mode, do the exact same move as they do, and then just go through it and try to teach myself what can I do about it. Like, how can I block that? How can I punish it?
Wow.
And yeah.
Here's a question. What are your tendencies that people that I guess why you didn't qualify this last time? I guess I'm sure as a professional, again, I was an athlete my whole life. We watched game film, so we'd all have tendencies. Like I used to, sometimes I'd stutter step on my read step when I was a linebacker playing football, and so I'd have to fix that. What is the tendency that you found that you did in this last qualifying round in January?
Yeah, the people have pretty much downloaded me because people know me as the rushdown player. Like I always go in, and this is what pretty much killed me. I mean, sometimes I went for the wrong choices, went in when it wasn't necessary, and I think that was my problem in Season 2.
Now, did you just rush in a certain way, or did you just rush in, period? Was it just the way you rushed? Because you said the game is like a rushing game.
Yeah, I took that too serious, I guess, my own advice. So I wasn't really the patient player I am now. So that was probably the thing that
do you think
kept me from going.
Do you think maybe you're a little overconfident having won second place the year before that? Did you think hey, I made the second place last time. I got this thing, did you go in kind of expecting you to at least, qualify to that next level?
Actually, not at all, because I am a confident person, but still
like
that
guy.
Yeah. I knew it would be a pool full of sharks and new blood, and I knew we had great players in Europe, and I was very fortunate to make it in Season 1.
Yeah.
But I still finished great. Top 8 is not a bad.
Not at all.
You're right. Watching season 2, the European players definitely have stepped it up a little bit. I would say.
Absolutely.
They really actually the season 2 they were beating the North American players consistently. It was pretty impressive. I guess I'm sure John kind of wants to know a little bit about this as well. John, I'm going to try to speak for you, but kind of take us from 18 years of fighting games, from basically day one and all the way up to what I really want to focus on is the quest or the route to becoming pro. What did you do? Yeah, exactly. What did you do to become pro?
Well, first of all, I pre-ordered Mortal Kombat X, and here's the crazy thing. It's such a crazy story for me personally. I ordered it for the PS4, and I played it. I loved it, and was getting so hyped. I mean, back when I was a casual, I just look at the fatalities. What moves does he have? How gory is the game? How well does it look? And then I opened the package, and I saw a little piece of paper, like a card, and it was saying hey, we are hosting weekly tournaments, free to play, prize pool and everything, but it was on the Xbox. Well, I already had an Xbox One, but I wasn't sure. Should I get the game again for the Xbox One? And I talked to the family and friends, and I wasn't sure. Should I make that choice? Because I was afraid of losing. I was afraid of being humiliated. And it was a tough choice to make, but hey, look where it got me. I mean, it got me to you guys. Glad to be here again.
Yeah.
It made me become a pro. I just picked it up and started playing, and I always thought I was talented in a certain way, but I never proved it. Other than ranked matches, but in a tournament, never. And I just realized, hey, I have a good shot. And I actually did well in the preseason cups and the actual cups. And that was so amazing that a small choice, like getting the game, not getting the game, made that huge of a difference. I mean, just tells you how much it can change your life.
Yeah.
There's a certain choice like that.
So you just started doing well in the tournaments, and then after you started doing well in these tournaments, how did you finally decide, I could go professional at doing this. I could become a pro.
Yeah, what does it take to go pro? Because again, I know a couple games what it takes, but tell me we kind of want to know the route you took. Okay, you got the game, you went competitively, you just started entering the tournaments. Because you mentioned in your little quick mini bio of in the beginning of the show, that you were sponsored, you did this and that, we want to hear the route. It's pretty awesome.
Well, you just play a lot first. It doesn't matter if you're casual or not.
Right.
But, it always starts that way. But ESL made things very easy for me because it was free to enter. It was the whole site was made easy. The matchmaking was very simple, and that's why it was so simple for me to becoming pro. Once I saw that I have the potential, and once I saw that I made second places, made first place in a row, and won some cash, I knew I had something in me. I had some talent, and once it came to that, I knew I had to enter more tournaments and just connect with people, and here I am now.
Yeah, so I guess that's the thing you're saying is really you enter in as many tournaments as you can. This is what it sounds like you're saying. Enter as many tournaments as you can. You start getting second, third, first places in these tournaments, and it's almost going to come to you in a sense.
Pretty much.
You don't have to search it out. It's going to find you when you start making a name for yourself in these tournaments.
Yeah,
exactly.
When you're making a name for yourself, I want to talk about, you said, meeting players and community. So, how their players are ranked. You play in tournaments, and you're ranked. North America, you're ranked in Europe. But then there's players that are ranked within certain characters. Now, how would you rank in the Scorpion players in the world? Are you up at the top or less, or how are you kind of accepted into the pro player? Are you one of the top players? 'Cause I know you are. I've seen your name everywhere, But kind of how do you think you fit into the upper echelon of players, both as a general pro player and as a Scorpion player specifically?
Well, as a pro player, I don't think I am a pro player, obviously, but I don't think I'm a top player, a top 10 or something. I'm still not in there. But when it comes to actually Scorpion player, I'm probably one of the best out there, yeah. Especially when it comes to results. We don't have a huge amount of representation of the Scorpion, because he's just not the strongest character in the game. But I made it clear that I'm going 100% Scorpion, even though he's not the strongest. But I made it work, and I'm pretty sure that I'm the the best high earner when it comes to a Scorpion player. So I'm probably one of the best Scorpion players out there. Yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
That's really cool. Now, kind of back to the tournaments. I mean, how many tournaments do you play? Like within this last year, how many tournaments have you played?
Both combined, offline and online.
Yeah. Like a rough idea. You don't have to give us like the exact number.
Yeah. Well, it probably was over 50.
Oh,
wow. Yeah.
Whew.
Nice. And then, were they all like payout tournaments, like where you get pay, or were some just ranked tournaments, or how did those work?
It's pretty much always some money on the line.
Nice.
I mean
These tournaments, are they all? Do you have to like pay some sort of like a fee to play, or like I guess it probably varies from tournament to tournament, but is it mostly you have to pay like a registration fee type thing to enter in the tournament?
When it comes to offline events, yes, most of the time. But online, most of the time, not. So, it's a sacrifice you got to make. I mean, it's a sacrifice of your pocket, but also of your time. I mean, being a pro is actually very, time stealing, I guess.
Sure.
You need to really get into it, like sacrifice a lot of your time, a lot of your free time, and you got to deal with it. I mean, if you won't make it, your opponents will make it. So
right.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, do you, as far as your tournaments, do you stay local in Europe, or do you kind of travel around? Do you ever come to the States for tournaments besides the ESL ones, or are you just sticking on the European circuit?
For the US part, unfortunately not, but hopefully in the future. But when it comes
to get you over here, man.
Hopefully, man, one day. I am locally in Europe. I mean, a few hours ago, I just booked my plane to Vienna.
Nice.
There is a tournament going on next week.
Oh.
A few months ago, I was in Amsterdam, actually, in Holland. So, I'm going places.
Wow.
Well, go ahead and pimp yourself out on that tournament real quick. Go talk about it. Let people know about it so they can follow you and watch you.
Absolutely. I mean, the tournament is called Viennality, so like Vienna and
Viennality. Of course.
That's awesome.
Typical Scorpion, or typical Mortal Kombat marketing. They just totally lean into it.
Hosted by a very known European MKX player called Storm. He actually finished fourth, I think, at the ESL Season 2 finals. He did very well.
Oh, yeah.
He got himself 5K for that fourth place, so that's very great. Yeah. And so far, I think it has over 100 sign-ups, so it's pretty much the best of the best from Europe. I mean, we have the Foxy Grandpa, we have LLL Taco, we have so many great players like Nivek, and we actually have two guys confirmed from the US. We have two guys from the ESL actually entering. So it's it's a very, very nice tournament, hopefully.
Wow.
Next week, 26th.
Is it going to be streamed at all and everything? And are you going to be tweeting? You're going to be tweeting about it and everything, I'm sure.
Exactly. Just follow me on Twitter and I'll hook you up. Hopefully.
Sweet.
That's very.
Sorry about that, John. Go ahead.
So as a professional player, then is this strictly what you're doing to earn a living? Then, like, do you not have like a 9-to-5 job? Like, are you strictly a professional gamer earning a living?
Man, I wish, but I'm getting there hopefully. But it's not my only source now. Not yet. Maybe one day.
But I mean, by the sounds of it, technically, if you're doing 50 tournaments a year, I mean, you potentially, if you're good enough, I mean, you could earn a living just doing that. Then.
Yeah, hopefully one day.
Wow.
Yeah, Sonic Fox for the season 2, as you know, won 60K. A 17-year-old. So.
You won the first one as well, so that's
120. He's a Tanya player, is that right? That's his main.
He plays so many characters, no one even knows who he's maining. So
tough. You play him because it's usually good to use.
Yeah,
exactly.
And he's really young too. I mean, so it's crazy. Like, I guess when he started early, when he was like 14, 15, and he's been playing competitively ever since. So you're gonna take him down soon, though, right?
Oh yeah,
hopefully, man.
Get over here for season 3, my man.
Hopefully, hopefully the ESL will announce season 3 for sure soon.
Yeah. It's supposed to be coming in summer, I want to say.
Hopefully, man. I'm waiting for an announcement.
For sure. That's pretty awesome. So after Vinality, what's kind of up on the docket for the European tournament circuit? Like, what other big tournaments are
there? So far, we have pretty much 3 days later. We have Hype Spotting. It's a tournament in Scotland, I think.
I was just gonna say, tell me it's in Scotland, because it sounds like they took it from the movie Train Spotting.
Oh, all right, then I am 100% correct, I guess. Yeah, it's being supported by NRS, like the development team of the game Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
And that's 10,000 pounds actually. Bonus.
Nice.
That's a lot of money.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's pounds too. So that's like $1,800 bucks.
It's like 50.
It's a lot of U.S. cash.
Yeah, man, that's good. Yeah, the studio, they're based in Chicago, I want to say.
That's what Josh said. He went to talk to them.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so I have 2 questions too. So you said you're fighting. This kind of on all the topic of fighting games. You said you're a fighting game player of 18 years. You mentioned a couple. Like what? Kind of just list a bunch of fighting games, even some obscure ones that no one maybe have heard of that you played or that you really liked. As a fighting game connoisseur, so to speak, it'd be interesting to see kind of what you've played.
All right, let me see. Well, obviously Mortal Kombat,
yes.
Soul Calibur,
yeah,
Tekken,
yeah,
Super Smash Brothers.
I was gonna ask that's the other question. What are your thoughts on Super Smash Brothers and Evo? Like the whole that fight. Everyone's like, it shouldn't be long. It's not a real fighting game. Do you think it's a real fighting game?
Absolutely, and I love the community. It seems so much fun. I never really got into it, but it's a competitive fighting game for sure.
Yeah, that's the that there's that divide, right? The typical there's the hardcore fighting game. I guess people who think that Smash Brother players don't belong.
Yeah, but I don't agree at all. They belong to the community for sure.
Okay, cool. Right. Okay, so continue. It's interesting. What else have you played?
It's pretty much everything, I think.
Everything.
I played some Asian ones, but
Guilty Gear. Like you play Guilty Gear and all that kind of stuff.
No, I don't feel that at all. But I did play Marvel vs. Capcom.
Oh yeah, that's fun.
There you go. Yeah.
Did you play Injustice at all?
Oh, of course. How could I forget that? Yes.
Yeah, that's basically like the same engine, Mortal Kombat.
Yes. Was so hyped when they announced Scorpion as a DLC.
yeah, exactly. I played him. I did. I guess so. I guess running down now, we have Mortal Kombat XL coming out. Let's just feel free to talk as much as you want about that. So, John, that's the new. They just got announced in January at the season 2. They got to play it early, but now it's out. So, tell me about it. I bet you're pumped.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same game. Pretty much. Let me continue on that. But it has added 4 characters. Well, pretty much 5. Exactly. It has Alien from the movie Alien vs. Predator, obviously. It has Leatherface, also known from the movie industry. Then it has Bo Raichu. It's an original character, that fat guy.
Yeah.
Drinks a lot and farts a lot. And they also added
2 cyborgs,
Triborg.
right? Yeah, Triborg, yeah.
It's actually Triborg, like there's 3 of them. But there's actually a 4th variation, which is a Sub-Zero. Cyber Sub-Zero.
Yeah, the Cyber. Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Exactly. So it's pretty much so many characters for...
What's the total count up to now? Like 38, 39?
Close to it, yeah. Something like that. It's a lot of characters. And they also added a new stage, and they balanced the whole game. So it's very, very much fun. And the most interesting one for the competitive fighting games is that it has a new improved netcode. So
the GGPO, right?
Exactly. So when I play another guy in, let's say, France or something, we have actually so well done connection that it feels like I'm sitting next to him. And
that's cool.
Yeah, and especially for ESL now, where they hopefully announce Season 3 with this new netcode.
They might be able to do international playing and stuff like that online. Yeah.
It'll be a huge step for all of us.
Well, I mean, because now Street Fighter 5 came out and they're utilizing the same code, so like that's awesome. So that's really great. I'm glad to hear that. So I guess I'd ask you, what inspires you to keep playing? Like what's your thing? Like why do you do it? Well, is it just for the love of it? Just kind of talk about what inspires you to keep going.
Well, I don't think I would do it if I didn't enjoy it in the first place. Like,
right.
I still love the game. I still love my character. And yeah, I just enjoy doing it. But if it was another game, I'd probably stop if it wasn't fun. But with Mortal Kombat, I mean, it has so much content. And now with Mortal Kombat X, it just shows how alive the game is. Even though it's a year old, it's still getting like support. And also, I mean, the whole people behind me, like I said, I'm a Twitch partner, and seeing the people support me at tournaments or just like when I'm doing my games, that's what keeps me going pretty much. Like the support of people behind my back, it's just crazy. Just
right on.
Yeah, it's incredible.
You got two more here now, because I think John and I are fans now. Yeah, you're real fun to talk to, real cool, and just actually a down to earth, like nice guy. We really appreciate it. John, you got anything else for him?
No, I think that's really. I mean, I could probably talk to him like
exactly
all morning for him. Right. I'll keep him up all morning. But like I said, thank you so much for your time. I mean, you're an awesome dude, and like Ted said, you got two new fans for sure.
Yeah, so I guess this is your time to brag about yourself. Just so everyone can know, the listeners, how do they get a hold of you? What's all your Twitter handles? When do you stream? Everything. Yeah, what go on. So have fun.
My time to shine.
Yep.
Yeah,
here you go. Just brag about yourself. Tell about your everything. Go.
All right, guys. I'm the best in everything.
Yeah. Perfect.
Now you can find me on Twitter at Mitsuownes.
How do you spell that?
Oh, it's MITSUOWNES. Mitsuownes. Yeah. And you also can find me under that name on Twitch. And if you follow me on Twitter, like I post my YouTube stuff as well, you can enjoy the stuff I produce. And
sweet. When do you stream? When is like your stream time? Do you have like a set schedule? Are you streaming on set days?
It's 10 p.m. for me, but how late is that?
That's probably
you're GMT +1, so it's 6 hours ahead of the East Coast and 9 hours ahead of the West Coast. So I'm on the West Coast. Yeah, I'm in LA and John's in Boston. So
that's 4 p.m. Eastern time, 1 p.m. Pacific.
Yeah, so perfect. Yeah, so that's actually perfect time. Yeah, that's a great time to stream.
Yes.
And how long do you normally go for?
Most of the times between 4 and 6 hours. So
okay, cool. So that's great. So like if you start at 4 Eastern time, people can see you after dinner, their time or 1. Yeah, that's great. Awesome. So yeah, if you're in the States, they definitely check them out, and if you're listening, like for sure, follow them on Twitter and also on Twitch, and keep up with them on the next tournament. And then go check that. You'll be announcing stuff about the tournament coming up soon, right?
Yeah,
well?
Absolutely.
Cool, definitely. Well, we've been happy to have you. Thank you for coming on. But at the end of every interview, we have a little segment that we like to call the boss battle. Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Are you familiar with the boss battle?
A bit,
okay.
I would say.
You did hear Josh's boss battle, yes?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so you kind of have an idea, right?
Yeah.
And you're the best at everything, so you're going to kill it, right?
we need a Hall of Champions, so...
Yeah, and the thing is, we need a winner. We're on a drought. I think we've had 7 in a row now who've lost, so we need a winner. Yeah, so
now I'm motivated. Let's go.
Unfortunately, the last episode, in the first level, he went 0 for 4, and then also lost to the boss. It was a total...
And he's a super smart guy, like pioneer in the industry. And so he was just amazing. He's like, wow. I mean, and again, he's sharp as a freaking ever, and it got him. So you know what? We're rooting for you. See if you can take down the boss. The boss of this week is King Pig from the Angry Birds series.
Nice.
Yes. So, you know who King Pig is, right? The obese, tyrannical monarch, the egg-stealing, bird-hating, dirty-laughing, big-nosed swine who steals offspring of the birds across the planet so he can eat them? Yeah, that guy. So I'm going to run it down so our listeners understand how it goes. Our levels or questions are sent in by the listeners, you guys listening, or they're created by us. And you can send in your questions to us via social media using the hashtag BossBattle, or email them directly to us at jtexgamecast@raptorcow.com with Boss Battle in the subject line. Housam, how it works. I'm going to break it down for you.
Yes.
We have 4 levels starting, and they are of increasing difficulty. You have 60 seconds to complete these 4 levels. Okay. You can warp between levels. So if you don't know a question, you can skip to the next level. So if you're on level 2, you don't know it, you can say warp, and you go to level 3, and time permitting, you can return back to that question. Okay. You also get 1 power-up for the first 4 levels, which makes any question 50-50. John will be your companion, so if you've played like Skyrim or any other, RPG, he's your companion. He will keep track of all your warps and your power-ups to help you along the way.
I'll keep you right.
Yeah, he'll keep you going. After the first 4 levels, we review them. If you get 4 out of 4, you get a power-up for the boss. Ooh, and that helps with the boss battle big time. So it behooves you to do well in the first 4. And then you have 1 final encounter with the boss, King Pig himself. It's loosely based on science because I'm a science nerd. If you get 5 out of 5, you get to be in our Hall of Champion. We've only had 1 person do it, and she killed it. But, yeah, we hopefully have another one. Any questions?
Man, I'm super thrilled, man.
All right. See, you can tell he's competitive. I like it. I love it. Dude, I'm hoping he wins, right? All right. Yeah, okay. So, again, let's see. Anything else? I think we're good. John, you ready?
Oh, let's rock.
Housam, I know you're ready, bro.
I'm ready, man.
Okay. Your boss battle starts when I finish reading the first question. Level 1. Complete the title of this game. Red blank Redemption.
Dead.
Final answer?
Red Dead Redemption.
Okay. Question level 2. Which company created the Portal series? A. Valve, B. EA, C. Blizzard, D. Naughty Dog, or E. Insomniac?
A. Valve.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Level 3. Who is the main character in the game Xenogears? A. Titus, B. Faye, C. Luca, D. Cecil, or E. Yuna?
I need the power up.
It's either Titus, Faye, or Cecil.
A.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Level 4. What is another name for the TurboGrafx 16, mainly in Japan and Europe?
No multiple choice?
No multiple choice. Level 4 question. 15 seconds. Another name for the TurboGrafx 16 console. 10 seconds.
Even it's on the tip of my tongue. I don't remember it.
Super Nintendo.
Alrighty, and time. Okay, let's see how you did. Not bad. You came out the gate swinging. I like it. The last question was a tough one though. But if you had listened to episode 16, our champion, the retro game expert, she mentioned it in that episode. But we'll get to that in a second. So, level 1, let's go over these really quick and see what's going on. Complete the title of this game was a level 1 question, and the game title was Red Blank Redemption. You said dead as for Red Dead Redemption, is that correct?
Yeah, I hope so.
I was saying, yeah, is that what you said? Yeah. Well, your hope is placed correctly because the answer is correct. Nice job. The answer is Red Dead Redemption. Yeah. Nice. Good job. Yes, nice. So 1 for 1. Good start. Level 2. Which company created the Portal series? You quickly said A, Valve, and the choices were Valve, EA, Blizzard, Naughty Dog, or Insomniac. Was your quickness and rushing your opponent well placed in this one, though? I don't know. But in this situation, your advice was sound. A is correct. 2 for 2. Nice. Good job. Level 3. Who is the main character in the game Xenogears? One of my personal favorites, actually. The question, there's a 5 multiple choice here. It was A, Titus, B, Faye, C, Luca, D, Cecil, or E, Yuna. Those answers, those characters are all Squaresoft or Square Enix characters. So, and Xenogears is a Squaresoft property. You used your power up, and it broke it down to Titus, Faye, or Luca. Or excuse me, Titus, Faye, or Cecil. You chose A, Titus. Is that correct? You chose A.
Yeah.
The answer is actually B, Faye. The Faye Fong Wong. That was the main character in that game. Ooh. So you're not going to get a power up for the boss, but that's okay. Let's see what the level 4 question was. What is another name for the TurboGrafx 16, mainly in Japan and Europe? John, it was on the tip of your tongue, correct?
Yeah, I still, it's bugging me, so it's like, I can't remember.
Yeah, and you, this was a tough one for you, Housam. Like, you said Super Nintendo.
Yeah, just named any console.
But you know what is actually good? You actually named a console in the same console generation.
Yeah.
So that's very good. So the Super Nintendo and the TurboGrafx are in the same console generation. So very, very close. Very good. But another name for it, Haiti mentioned it a bunch of times, and she actually called it by the name, and that was her favorite system.
Yeah.
And it's actually the PC Engine.
That's what it was.
Yes, PC Engine is another name. So in Europe and Japan, it was called the PC Engine. In the States and North America, it was the TurboGrafx 16. So 2 out of 4. Ooh, you're hurting right now. You have a half life bar, you have no power up, and your opponent has getting ready to do a brutality on you. You better hurry up and you gotta get ready for that. The block counter coming up. Take a deep breath. Are you ready to take on King Pig?
Almost. Can I still pass and get into the Hall of Champion?
You can't get the Hall of Champions, but you can still defeat the boss. So that's okay. You can still win the boss battle. So
okay.
Yeah, for the Hall of Champions, you have to go 5 for 5.
5 for 5. Yeah. So that's okay. But you know what? You can still beat the boss. And if you beat the boss, that's pretty good. Like boss winner. So we're still hoping. That. Yeah. So let's do that. All right, Housam, your boss battle starts. Your final encounter. When I finish reading the entire question, I'm going to read a little bit of background and give it to you. So here we go. King Pig, a.k.a. King Smooth Cheeks or Big Bacon, is an evil monarch and leader of the Bad Piggies in the Angry Birds series. His never-ending quest to steal the birds' eggs for food leads him into direct conflict with the game as its main antagonist. Pigs eat everything, and eggs are a tasty treat, of course. Your question. Pigs are also very intelligent animals. They are social, enjoy each other's company, and are one of the animals that are considered to be smarter than a human 3-year-old. Within a week of birth, piglets know their own name from their mothers. Pigs have a vocabulary of grunts that mean everything from I'm hungry to hello. Approximately how many words exist in the swine vocabulary within 2? 30 seconds.
Are you serious? Is my first question.
Yes, 30 seconds.
Okay.
How many words in approximately within 2? Go ahead and talk it out. 20 seconds.
Well, they need one for pain. They need one for hungry.
Oh, I like he's going. Okay, good.
For sadness. For hey, I'm sleepy.
Okay.
And maybe hey, I'm sick.
10 seconds. So about how many?
5.
5 words.
Yeah.
All right. Final answer?
Yeah, it's fine.
And time. Okay, okay.
Oh, this is horrible.
John, how many words would you guess?
Well, I'm trying to I know African gray birds can actually say up to 1,500 words.
Oh, wow.
So I'm thinking if a pig is as smart as a 3-year-old, I mean, I'm probably I'm saying it's less than an African gray. I don't know if this is going to be within 2, but I'm saying around 300 to 500. I'm saying.
Okay.
Something like that.
All right. Well, you chose 5, and you broke it down to some sad and interesting things. But yes, pigs are pretty smart. 5, I can tell you, is it within 2 of the answer? It is not. Oh. The actual answer is approximately 20 or to 24 different words. But they actually communicate, but they do have names for each other. So I guess if you want to expand it out, if they have a herd of 1,500, they can have 1,500 words, right? But no, they have actually 20 to 24 words that are actually learned from all pigs that they mean something to them, from it's hot out here, I'm hungry, or time to take a bath, or I'm thirsty, and they actually speak to each other. So yeah, so close. Valiant effort, though. Impressive. But this week, you did not defeat the boss. So, yeah, you will be going home with our prize. For that is absolutely nothing. Oh,
yay!
But it's okay. We're going to take a break and let you lick your wounds, and we're going to come back with the top of the week, some emails, and then we're out of here and let you go to bed, man. So, all right, let's take a quick break. Oink, oink, oinkerson, oink, oinkity, oink, oink, oink.
My almost 3-year-old son plays the heck out of Angry Birds on the tablet. He calls it Piggies.
Oh, see, there you go.
Can I play Piggies? So he plays the heck out of that game.
Well, those pigs are smarter than him.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, how are you feeling, Housam? Have you recovered from your defeat?
Not completely, but I'm working on it.
Right, good. I see. The thing is, you're a pro. You're able to bounce back and come back stronger, right? So,
yeah.
Hey, we'll have to have you back on, and you'll get another shot at it, right?
Hopefully, yeah.
For sure. Let's just get into it. Every week, our guests bring a topic of the week, and Housam, your topic was pretty cool. I liked it. It's actually relevant in pop culture and as well as some other applications. So, yeah, go ahead and introduce it, and let's talk about it.
Yes, I have chosen the topic named Celebrities Challenging Pros.
Interesting.
Right. Okay, go ahead and give us a little background.
All right. So we have now launched the Street Fighter V title. This has been out for like a month. Yeah. And during that, Capcom has made a fantastic idea and made an exhibition match between the famous rapper Lupe Fiasco versus the current best Street Fighter player in the world, Daigo Umehara. And so they played a match, a set, first 3. And
Lupe won.
Yeah, it all started with like someone asking Lupe, hey, do you actually watch Evo? And he answered with a picture, I think, and said only to watch Daigo. So he watched his moves, obviously, and somehow Daigo, I think, challenged him. And the sponsor, Mad Catz, made it happen. Like, they flew Daigo over. It was a pretty hype event, like it was streamed on the actual Twitch main streaming page. And it was fun to watch, obviously. And something strange happened during the match. And they said it was going to be a first to 5.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But the strange thing was that it ended after a 3 win. Like it was 3-2. And the crazy part was that Lupe took it over Daigo. Who would have thought?
Yeah.
Yeah, the reaction was crazy. And he was obviously very happy, was still very happy guy, and it was crazy. But we all had a lot of fun. It obviously was a casual game, and it was an exhibition match after all. But something crazy happened then on Twitter. I believe that he called out the MK players. Someone said something about Mortal Kombat, and he answered on Twitter again, while saying anyone who needs a block button, like you need in Mortal Kombat, can't be taken serious. Like that's that's a hard one right there. And he went on and said stuff like MK is for people that don't play real fighting games.
Yeah, so then he called out the current champion who we just talked about, Sonic Fox. Is that correct? Sonic Fox got in the mix.
Yes, he got in the mix, and he actually has shot some words on his own, challenging Lupe, saying that he would beat him 20-0 free, and then even beat him in Street Fighter. So really challenging him. Yeah.
I did hear about the 20-0 or the Mortal Kombat. I didn't hear about the Street Fighter challenge.
Oh, he said that his Fang would mop up Ken. It's pretty much the exact same words. So a lot of people of our community got involved. 2 times champion, no, 3 times actually, Evo champion, Perfect Legends also challenged him. And I was just there enjoying the beef. It was quite entertaining, but I wasn't quite sure. I mean, he said some very rude stuff about the whole MK community, and it makes me wonder, why would a rapper, a respected rapper, and very successful rapper, come to us and like try to downplay us, like we actually don't need skill to play Mortal Kombat, which is not true, obviously. It was very astonishing, like that someone like him would do it. But the thing is that I believe is that the win over Daigo
went to his head.
Exactly, went to his head. And for me, I don't think a result after exhibition match to like support the launch of a game should get to you like that. And the whole thing ended when Lupe actually deleted all the tweets about the whole thing. It was hilarious. I don't know why he did it, but
I can tell you why. I can tell you. Just let me jump in for a second.
This guy took advantage of this opportunity to sell more downloads.
Yeah. So no, exactly. So what you just said, you're in the States, Lupe is washed up and over. He was hot 3 years ago, and like from like 5, 6 when he first came out. In the last like 3 to 4 years, he's been like invisible and hasn't put anything out, and no one's really kind of liked him. So this is a way for him to get relevant again. So
exactly.
So that him saying that is he has legs to stand on. If he wouldn't have beaten Daigo, he wouldn't have been able to say that against the Mortal Kombat community. And at the same time, Sonic Fox, the #1 player in the world, would not have called him out, right? And then he wouldn't have got that pub on Twitter because, Sonic Fox is calling out Lupe. Lupe's name's all over Twitter.
Exactly.
And so his name is everywhere. And then what happens? He deletes it, so then the record of his bad tweets is gone, right? And then, but at the same time, he still got the relevance out there.
Right.
So to me, that's just a straight PR play.
Totally.
That's all that is. But at the same time, he obviously has skills in fighting games. I'm sure he respects the community, and that's just that. You talk smack with your friends, like, oh, you're a Mortal Kombat player, you suck, or oh, you do that for fun, that's what you do. And he just said it, and he has a large reach, obviously, and he went out there. I like the fact that you brought up the point of celebrities challenging pros, because this happens in a lot of other mediums too, and like in other sports. And that reminded me of the TV show that we had in America over here, Housam, called Pros versus Joes. Did you hear about that show, John, back in the maybe 2005, 6, 7, 8, around there?
Plus the MTV used to do the Rock and Jock baseball.
Yeah.
They'd have the professional baseball players play with the musicians,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And to me, when like someone like Lupe calls somebody out like that, it's almost being an athlete myself, being in high level sports and professional sports. There's a whole cliche of like, oh, we keep it in house. Everybody outside of this room, this locker room, doesn't matter. But to me, it's like sports writers or who are basically like nerds who never played a sport in their life, and they're writing about it, and they're calling these athletes out. And like, oh, I could play better than that. Like, no, you couldn't. No, you couldn't. And everyone knows, like, you're right, Housam, that Daigo was just messing with Lupe. He thought it was 5 games. He would have mopped him up the last 2.
Yeah,
like, everyone knows that. You could tell the way he was playing. He was just jumping backwards and ducking and like he was just kind of slow playing him. But I don't know. I think it's fun, but I think it's really funny that people kind of. I alluded to sports, like people call it like the athletes, because athletes in sports and professional sports are considered like, wow, and it's amazing, it's great. But professional gamers, like you, Housam, you guys have some skills, and the thing is that video games are still treated taboo and still treated like a little pastime or something that's kind of not crazy. But esports have now put it on the front that, you know what, pro gamers are freaking good at what they do. They're professionals. Right, so it's going to take a little bit of time for people to realize that calling somebody out as a pro gamer, you're calling out someone's livelihood, you're calling out somebody's like profession. Like it's like them calling, oh, I could rap better than you, Lupe. Well,
Yeah.
It's like, but that's his career. That's what he does professionally, right? And he's calling out Mortal Kombat players who are pros. These people, like you play for hours on end. You are a professional. So to me, and sorry that's sorry for the rant, but that's kind of my take on it, John.
Yeah, I mean, it's exactly. I was thinking the same thing. It's just a big. He knew he had to ride his wave for as long as he could, so that's why he's like, all right, I'll just turn it on everyone else now. He went and found the number one player, Sonic Fox, started calling him out because, I don't have his Twitter handle up in front of me, but I imagine he's got quite a few followers. So
let me look.
So he got Sonic Fox talking about him. He got all these other, Mortal Kombat players talking about him. I mean, so he just drove this plethora of traffic, to his Twitter account. People probably started saying like, maybe people who never even heard of him were like, who's this Lupe guy? Oh, wait, he's a rapper? Oh, let me listen to his stuff. Like, it was all just a way to try and grab more fans with a career that might be on, like, going down the hill now, So that's all it was, it sounds like to me. He's just trying to take advantage of the situation, basically.
Yeah, Sonic Fox has got 18,000 or 16,000 followers.
Yes, I mean that's a good chunk of people that new people to check you out. So
for sure,
I think you nailed it with the explanation.
Yeah, well, what are your thoughts, like personally, like from it, like him calling out the Mortal Kombat community? Do you think he's the actual good Mortal Kombat player? I mean, he seems like he's got skills in fighting games. I watched him play. He knows what he's doing.
Well, matter of fact, if he says like something like Mortal Kombat is for players that don't play Street Fighter or don't know how to play it, I don't think he's good at MK or even touch it. Like
that makes
pretty
sense.
Unlikely.
Yeah, for sure. Did he say what character he would play as?
In Street Fighter?
No, in Mortal Kombat, because I think did he respond to Sonic Fox at all?
Maybe at first, but once he really challenged him, I don't think there was a response.
Oh, okay, yeah,
actually.
okay.
So maybe that's why he deleted them as well. Another reason.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Like to me, it's just it's a ploy. Have there been any other celebrities? I'm trying to think who have challenged the fighting game community, because I know there's celebrities who challenge there's celebrities doing things with gamers, with pro gamers, like even the Clueless Gamer. Who does that? Not the Tonight Show. Hold on, I just totally.
Conan.
Yeah, Conan. Good lord, Conan O'Brien. Conan O'Brien.
US guy, got it. Yes.
Yeah, good lord. I'm sorry about that.
Leave it to the German guy to figure out American TV.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave that in there just to show how dumb I am right now. And it's not even 3 a.m. for me, but sorry about that, everybody. But yeah, Conan O'Brien. Yeah, so Conan does the Clueless Gamer, and he plays with a lot of game studio people and plays with pro gamers all the time and doing that kind of stuff. And that's kind of a fun way to do it. But he doesn't take it serious. I've heard of people, there's a lot of athletes who want to be rappers and rappers who want to be athletes, so they call each other out that way. And so in that sense, a lot of professional players play Madden football, and there's professional Madden players that players like athletes have called out. So I don't know if this is a pattern. Like, I just don't know why they. I just think that the whole Daigo thing, because the Daigo is ridiculous. Like, the thing is, for him, is like it's weird. Whenever he focuses and plays hard, he'll win tournaments for 6 months straight. No one will beat him, and then he kind of fades out. Right? It's kind of weird. Have you've seen that, right, Housam? How he kind of
absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's just weird though. But sometimes then he'll go 6 months without winning anything, right? And people are like, "Oh, Daigo's not that good," but then he comes back and just mops the floor with everybody. So I don't know. Maybe he just takes his winnings and goes have fun for a little while and stops practicing or whatever. But to me, it just shows that a celebrity calling out a professional coming out saying, "Sure, I'll do this." It just shows the confidence and respect that the pro gaming community has to be able just to entertain that. When everybody knows that when the whole Daigo, defending the Chun-Li kicks, oh my gosh, what, just
classic.
The thing, yeah, it's ridiculous. Like, John, I don't know if you probably haven't seen that. Obviously, when did that happen? 90? When was that?
I think it was pre-2000.
Yeah, it was 98. I want to say 96. It was, dude, amazing. That is just
he defended the Chun-Li 1,000-foot kick thing.
Yep.
Exactly.
Blocked everyone. Everyone.
That is insane.
and then countered and beat her. Yeah.
Wow. That's incredible.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like, so he's a great player, but there's the fact that he came out and was like, "Hey, sure, I'll entertain you, Lupe. Sure, let's do this." Just shows that where the professional fighting game players are at. Compared to some celebrity just being like, "Oh," popping their mouth off.
Right.
It's a difference in professionalism.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I want Sonic Fox to be like, hey, like I said, I'll rap better than you, Lupe. I'll go in the studio and I'll drop a beat way harder than you. And then call him out. And the same thing with Daigo. Like, say, hey, let's put it up to the test. We both get 24 hours to make 2 songs, and we'll both put them out on YouTube. See who gets the most views and the most likes. Boom. I'll challenge you. Like, it's just funny.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, well, hey, great topic. I think it's funny. We'll see what goes. Like, I would love to see him fight Sonic Fox because professional MK players can barely beat him, let alone you, Lupe. So
we all love to see it. Actually,
yeah, exactly.
Exchange of words. Yeah, we all.
Yeah, and so when did that clear up? That's recently, right?
Yeah, it was like a week ago.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll see.
I think John and Ted's Excellent Gamecast needs to put this challenge together.
I think we will. Yep, I think we're gonna.
Let's do it.
We're gonna set it up, and we'll put you on the forefront too. You'll challenge him, and we'll put it out there. All right, Lupe.
I'll play the Don King. I'll just promote the whole thing.
Yeah. All right, Lupe. We're coming for you, bro. We're coming for you.
Right on.
All righty. Thanks for the topic. That was great. Emails. You guys got time for a couple emails?
Oh yeah.
Okay, let's get some emails. We have a couple left over from last week. We actually have one. This is kind of perfect for you. It was sent in during the week when Josh was here. It just kind of got set in the pile, so sorry. Who wrote that? It was Matthew wrote it, so we'll start with him. So if you want to write into the show, you can do so to the email address. The email address is jtexgamecast@raptorcow.com. I repeat. No, I don't. You know it by this time. This email was sent in like a couple weeks ago. Sorry, Matthew. It says J&T. Esports is kind of a blanket term for anything competitive and online these days. What do you feel about developers trying to shoehorn their games into esports scenes? What do you think are the necessary traits for a company such as ESL that looks for a game to become a Tier 3, Tier 2, or top-tier esports game? Matthew from St. Paul. I'll let you start with that one, Housam, because you are an esports guy right now. You're in the scene.
Yeah.
Well, I guess there's like 3 questions there. Like, what do you think? What does he say? He says, how do you feel about developers when they try to make their game an esports game? Like, Evolve, remember that? And or just letting the community create it? Or, and what do you think the traits that are necessary for a game to become a good esports game?
Well, I think the first step would be make it simple. I mean, we have something like Rocket League. It's pretty simple and well done. I mean, 2 guys, 2 cars, 2 goals, and 1 ball. And it's so simple and so fun that it got esports all of a sudden. Mm-hmm. And I think that's one of the first steps to make it fun. Like, to be able to play something competitive, you always need to have fun in it.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
The competition has to be simply fun, not forced competition. Like, you can't just say, okay, hey, here's this thing you do, here's points, you get more than them, you win. Like, that's okay, you're right, that is a competition, but it's not an innately fun thing to do. Like, I agree with that too. I think that for esports to have to be esports, or for it to be in that realm, you have to be able to have fun doing the competitive, not playing it competitively. Like, you have to be able to play this game and it just to be fun, period. If the game's not fun, you don't want to play it in esports. I don't know. I wouldn't.
Exactly.
Yeah. What do you think, John?
I don't really have much to add to that. I mean, that's pretty much what I would have said. It comes back to what Sam was saying. Like, the reason why I still play Mortal Kombat is because I love it. Like, if I didn't like it, I wouldn't be playing it. It just boils back down to that.
All right, cool. So thanks, Matthew, for the question. This is a good question, John. This is for you. It says, John and Ted. John, what was the last video game you played while seeing?
Oh, yikes.
That's an interesting one. I don't think we've actually talked about the exact last game you can remember.
Man, that's tough.
No, I think didn't you say... You said the Super Nintendo was the last system, but...
Yeah, it was the last system. I mean, specifically the last game. Yikes.
Did you play Super Mario World and everything on that?
Oh yeah. Okay. I'm more leaning towards it was a Neo Geo game. I want to say back in the day we used to have the Neo Geo cabinets that would have like 4 kind of random games, Neo games in them. So it was either this game called Cyber Up, I think was the name of it. It was this really cool like high tech kind of commando type game. It was really awesome. It was either that game or it was another game called Nam 75, which is basically like a Vietnam. Kind of Operation Wolf-esque type game. It was definitely one of those 2 games.
Oh.
So that was pretty cool. But yeah, that's most likely one of the last games I saw that I can recall.
Huh. Yeah, I guess what would be the last Super Nintendo game that you saw? This is a follow-up for me.
The Castlevania 4.
Ooh, nice. That's a good one.
Yeah, it's a great game. That was an awesome game. Probably one of my favorite Castlevanias.
Yeah, it's definitely cool. All right, well, there you go. That's a good question. All right, everybody. Hey, guys. It says, this is from Frankie. It says, hi, guys. What is your favorite time of day? I find myself struggling every morning to wake up for responsibilities. It's probably because I have inadvertently shifted my sleep schedule 6 hours by staying up till 4 a.m. playing video games. Kind of like what we're making you do right now.
Exactly.
Yeah, sorry about that. So yeah, what's your favorite time of day? John?
Mine is like waking up at 4 or 5 in the morning when nobody else is up.
Yes, I like the early morning too as well.
Yeah, and I get a lot accomplished.
Yes. So I'm a morning person, definitely, and I prefer the morning. I like it. You get more done. But I'm also a night owl. I basically don't sleep. So any time that I'm not sleeping, I just don't. I don't like the mid to late afternoon. I don't like 3 to 6. I hate that time. It's just weird. I hear you. My sleeping patterns sometimes get kind of wacky because since I don't even see light or anything. So if I walk in a room and you just start flipping the light on and off, I wouldn't even be able to tell you what's going. So like sometimes if I get tired, I can just boom fall asleep like in a second because there's nothing keeping me awake. So daylight savings is messing me up right now.
So my sleeping schedule gets out. I usually have kind of 2 sleeping schedules where I'll sleep like 4 hours a night and I'm totally fine and go the whole day, and then another 6 months, and then it almost seems like I can't get enough sleep, like no matter what. It's weird.
Wow. That's good. Yeah, I actually right now I'm running on about 2 hours sleep. I just could not sleep last night. I went to bed kind of late, I guess, like 12:45. Just working on some stuff, and then I laid in bed for like an hour. Kind of felt like dozed off. Woke up at 1:40, 1:45, and I was like, dude, I can't sleep. So I sat on the couch till 4 this morning. And then I'm laid in bed till 5, and Shauna gets up around 5:30. So I was like, oh, hey. She's like, what are you doing awake? I'm like, I haven't been to bed yet. And then I fell asleep from I usually wake up at 5:30 every morning, 5:30 or 6 at the latest, but I slept until 7:45, and I was
man.
Ugh. I felt like just a train wreck, and I was like, but I got up and then, just worked and did some stuff, but it throws my whole day off because I usually like waking up early in the morning, and then it was light out, and I was like, what? Why is it so bright? What? It was 7 o'clock here and bright today, so it was crazy. But yeah, that's my favorite time of the day. Morning, definitely a morning person. Okay, let's see what we got here for emails more. Aha. This is one I failed to mention in the beginning of this episode, John. It's Thursday. Yeah, it's the 17th, St. Patty's Day. You doing anything crazy for St. Patty's Day? Anything?
No, nothing crazy going on in my house. I mean, I'll probably hear everyone in Boston going nuts on that day, though. So,
the Irish.
Yeah. All of Southie will be going crazy. There'll be, the Irish Day parades and stuff, and green beer flowing everywhere.
Yeah, that's this question here. It says, Happy St. Patty's Day. So what is your favorite green food? It could be festive thing or simply spinach, but I was wondering since it's St. Patty's Day, and I'll be drinking a lot of green beer. Your favorite green foods, guys? Anything green?
I like broccoli a lot.
Yeah, broccoli's good. What about green eggs and ham? A little Dr. Seuss action there. Yeah, well, Dr. Seuss's first name is actually Theodore. High five, Dr. Seuss.
Yeah, he's from Massachusetts too.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Favorite green food? I like all green. I like vegetables. I mean, I like Brussels sprouts. I like. You know what I don't like that's green? Mint ice cream. Ugh.
My wife loves mint ice cream.
Oh God, I can't touch your wife then. Wait, nope, nope. I don't. No. Like, see,
I'm not a fan of it either. I'm like, if you eat mint ice cream, do you have to brush your teeth after?
Yeah, no, of course not. But exactly. I don't want to eat toothpaste, and that's my thing. It's okay because you know me and ice cream, right? It's like my favorite food in the world. I don't like because you know how when you eat something mint, it makes your mouth cold. You breathe in, it's like cold, right? So I don't like the mint feel of cold, and then you add the cold on top of it. It's too much. Right. I don't like that. Just like I don't like hot food that's like really, really hot and spicy. I love spicy food, and I don't really like that hot food. But if it's like too spicy and too hot, you get the hot, and I don't like that combo either. So mint ice cream drives me nuts. Like mint chocolate chip, like thin mint stuff. No, I can't do it.
Critical overdose.
Yes, it is, and it's often green, so I do not like that.
Do you like peppermint patties, Ted?
I'll eat them. Yeah, I mean I'll eat them, but yeah, cause that's okay.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of those either.
I mean, if you put it in front of me and it's like, sure, I mean I'll eat it. No, but like I would rather not. I would say, hey, I'll eat it. Cookies. Like last night I had a bunch of cookies and ice cream. That was good. But yeah, like as far as what do the green foods do? I like all vegetables basically. Any green vegetable we'll say because as we know I hate beets and they're not green, so that's good. I like Brussels sprouts. I guess what's a dyed St. Patty's Day food that you like, John?
I mean, normally I would drink green beer, but
what brand of beer would it have been?
Definitely not like Budweiser or anything like that. I definitely am more of a fan of like micro-brewed kind of stuff.
Yeah, like an ale or something like that, or a lager.
I'm a huge fan of porters and also stouts.
Oh, okay. Well, we have a German here right now, so he can speak about beer here. Like, what do we got over here? What's your beer of choice there?
None, because I don't drink any.
Oh, there you go. High five.
How are you a citizen of Germany?
Right.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'm looking after my body.
That's good. Hey, you know what? I don't drink either, so that's okay. That's an okay thing to do. But do you have a favorite? Do you guys drink green beer? Do you guys celebrate St. Patty's Day in Germany? This is a question that I don't know.
No, not at all.
I don't think so. I wouldn't say because that seems like a very American type holiday.
Yeah, they have Oktoberfest. They go nuts.
Exactly.
Yeah. I've been in Germany during Oktoberfest. I never went to like a festival, but I've been there, like gone through there, and it's absolutely insane. Munich on top of things too. So right, the heart of it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't think we have green beer actually over here. So
I mean, we don't either. We just make it green.
Over here they just throw food dye in it or whatever.
Okay, so you cheat.
Yes, totally. Yeah, exactly. St. Patty's Day is just.
I was wondering.
Yeah, St. Patty's Day is just an excuse for weird leprechauns and Irish festivals and green and everything. And if you're not wearing green, you get pinched.
And it's just an excuse to get hammered at like 8 a.m. all through the day. So
that's basically what we do. We just take like holidays from other countries, like Cinco de Mayo, like right. Like,
exactly.
Cinco de Mayo is just the Mexican independence. Just okay, yeah, let's just do that and let's just get hammered because
we'll eat tacos and get hammered.
Yeah, because it's a holiday, right? Yeah. wait, what? Yeah, it's something. Yeah, we have a Columbus Day. That's it, right?
Yeah. Let's drink for Columbus.
Oh no, crazy. Let's see. I got one more here. That's kind of a serial one. All right, let's just. Yes, it says. No, we'll save that for later. I think that's gonna do it. Guys, anything else before we get out of here?
No, you Sam. Thanks for coming on, man. It was awesome having you on. So
for sure,
definitely. All my pleasure, man.
Yeah, one of our favorite guests for sure. I would definitely say. Yeah, we got to have you back on again. Hopefully, we'll get you on at a normal hour too, right? Not at so early in the morning for you.
It's okay. It's completely fine.
Alrighty.
With it.
So I guess one last time, kind of give everybody a rundown of all your stuff, how to get a hold of you, and what's coming up for you, so they can make sure they follow you.
More gaming for sure, and more videos, and more Mitsuownes. Like I said, Twitter at Mitsuownes. You will probably, if you didn't follow me, just go ahead and Google it if you mispronounce it or misspell it. Yeah, Mitsuownes. It is.
I'm sure we'll have links to it in our show notes.
Yeah, we'll put it all in the show notes for you, so people have that. Again, thank you very much for being on the show. It's been a good one. It makes you want to go play some Mortal Kombat. I will play some Rocket League with you for sure. We'll get down on some Rocket League, and hey, we'll stream together too. We'll do some Rocket League stuff like that if you want.
Right on.
I'm all down for it. So. Yeah, man.
Not a pro in that game, but we'll make it work.
Hey, exactly, man. Me neither. I haven't played in like probably a month now. Like I've been too busy, but I'm itching to get back in. So,
Sounds good.
All right, guys. That's it. So if you guys want to get a hold of us, you're listening to the show. You guys know how to do so. Twitter, we're JTEX Gamecast. I am Ted Words 44. T Edwards 44. John is JNate07. Instagram's the same, Tedwards44 and JTEX Gamecast. Join our Facebook group, John and Ted Excellent Gamecast group. We post stuff in there. People talk. It's fun. Do it. It's cool. Find us on iTunes. Subscribe. Share it with your friends. Write us a review. We're on Stitcher, Google Play, all that stuff. Just get a hold of us anytime you want. Go to the podcast website, www.raptorcow.com/JTEX Gamecast. And yeah, you can email us at jtexgamecast@raptorcow.com. So until next week, we will be checking in with you in your tournament at what is it again? Biennality.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we'll check it into you. But until next week, we're gonna get out of here. Peace out. Later.
Game over.